unprecedented turn of events, officials at the TAKUGAMA chimpanzee sanctuary have threatened to shut down operations if the government of Sierra Leone fails to take appropriate action to protect the home of the national animal.
Hello, my name is Patrick Salia. Welcome to the special edition of the Today Show. This is the road to the TAKUGAMA Chimpanzee Sanctuary, the home of Saloon national animal, where, according to reports, they are under threat through human settlement. And as a result, the government is concerned. To what magnitude and the implications of such? And that's what we have to find out. Not on an excursion, as many people they care on a study or whatever it is, or for just can't see the chimps, but rather their home, which reports say they're under some serious threats. Come along with me as we explore that potential where this home of the chimps gets, or the danger where the human settlements will rapidly they eat into the house or this sanctuary gets. Let's go. Welcome back. This night Today Show, remember, exclusively today, we find ourselves in TAKUGAMA Chimpanzee Sanctuary, the home of the chimps, baboon, apes. Well, according to science, that family they find ourselves, the family of apes. So, here in Saloon, this home is the home of the national animal of Saloon, the chimpanzees. In fact, we check the passport of Saloon. Now the chimpanzees are in Dede. So right now, the chimpanzees they're home, they're under threat because according to reports, massive encroachment is gradually eating into this forest, this home of them babu there also. But firstly, let me establish this home, how it operates, when it began operating in the first place. Explore with me. Remember, me and Patrick Salia are there with my crew. And for do this exploration, let's get in. Let's get in. And we'll meet firstly. Nice entrance here.
Thank you. Welcome.
Nature actually receiving us diligently.
Exactly.
And it's appealing to be here.
Yes.
This man is Sidiki Bayon, the communications manager, this TAKUGAMA Sanctuary. Sidiki, thank you very much for accepting this interview, firstly from Slick Television, and for hosting us.
My pleasure. My absolute pleasure. We're always happy to welcome people into the sanctuary, so you're more than welcome.
All right, so come along with me. Sidiki to take we through and tell we, first give a brief background, or better explain to we about this home. To start with, Sidiki.
Yeah.
How do you sound?
Yeah, so this is some of the chimps. We have we get like the nursery department, the Obaya, so I'll get some of the young one there. So now then they eat so now.
Nursery?
Yeah, nursery, yeah.
Nursery as in
like the young one, and normally when they come, we get two stage them when at the initial beginning stages. We get the quarantine, we then can there for 90 days, or make we do on certain tests, the vaccination, when we rescue them. Because all the baboon and I rescue them around across the country from people there.
Really?
Yeah, every single chimp here was rescued. Yeah. So when they come in, usually they have to go through quarantine for 90 days, make sure that their health is okay, they have all the medication and vaccination that they need. And then from then, they move to nursery, which is like kind of, just imagine an average playground, but for chimps, because they all come in alone. And chimpanzees are not solitary animals. So when they come in, we create the nursery enclosure so that we can introduce them to other chimps their age. So that's when they start to learn socialization, which is very important for chimps.
Like we're picking the go.
Yeah, we're picking the go, like they getting party there around that way they play with. Where
they feel comfortable for
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of in one grain.
So now get how many categories?
We get, well, I go say technically we get 3 categories. We get this nursery. Yes, well, the quarantine and nursery now like one thing.
Okay.
And then we get, after that stage, then we get like the adolescent stage.
Okay.
So we get like more of like the teenage babu them.
Okay.
And then from there, we get like the adults babu them. You know, mature chimps is now the one that they're old enough and well versed enough now the forested enclosure. So make we able to release them in the event that we get a possible release site. For now, there is no suitable place. So this is not the home for now. But when we do get a place like that, then we get the adults babu there we then ready for the we release them.
All right.
Yeah.
All over forests, trees, or the chimps themselves. All over, that's what I see. Babu there.
Yeah,
And this really shows say that a home this.
of course.
So this facility was built exclusively for babu the normal.
Yes.
Not a man in the not get side for sleeping at the go reserve.
Well,
go reserve place for babu there.
And that's not one thing I know always the preach to people. But people then can say something like this. Now the feedback.
But one or two authorities even say that. Say land not there for them what a man bill. They want to go reserve side for animal for leave.
And the problem
sometimes.
is that mentality is like, when you think of this land, for example, right? No forget about the babu them. Let we say, yeah, so we get several dam there na this within this forest.
Congo Dam there.
Congo Dam there, we get even the Goma Dam there within this forest.
Okay.
And there were also now water sources the way the one old free song depend on. Now people then they can cut. Somehow if we left and we want go right middle day, go cut, go billions day.
Outside the dam day.
Outside the dam day. And at the end of the day, that nigga for affect over 2 million people that we depend on the water source where they come off from this forest. You understand? So I make what we can say, you know, they protect the babu them. We like for say we in a more than a sanctuary. Because when you protect the babu, automatically they protect inhabitants in the forest. And that habitat is not so babu, they normally depend on. So many animals there, so many people there. You know, so it's like it gets like a snowball effect. You know, so for say, just some sort of isolated thing, not just babu that normal we think so precious. No, we focus more on the babu more like as a flagship species because we know say it gets a ripple effect when you protect them. Automatically, they protect people there, they protect other animals there, they protect the natural environment.
What's how they go? So, but before you tell us how they go, I see sugarcane.
Yes,
so sugarcane for waiting. Well, do sugarcane?
Twice a week we get supply from Waterloo market for the babu there. Because sugarcane is now one of the things that we can get for them. We get a variety of things from potato leaf, watermelon, banana, orange, different fruits that way the babu then can eat. So this is not just one of them. And this not so like particularly their main diets, but not just something where you know
appetizer.
Yeah, exactly. But then can enjoy. Exactly, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So this one type, for example, so a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sticks of sugarcane. And for one babu?
No. We're not going to try to get them too much sugar. So now then they give them like sensible portions. So maybe this one bundle here, possibly then cable split and between two different groups there.
So every day when they get supply of this?
No, not every day, twice a week.
Twice a week?
Yeah, so now this motor car over there, so it's why we call it like a warm motor car, but not good motor car. And with the flop every week.
So now they count pawpaw?
The cow pawpaw, with the cows. If mango season, they with the cows mango, with the cows potato, banana.
This look like we just do offload them.
We just do offload actually, yeah, because now Wednesday and Saturday now we can do the supply run.
Okay.
So now the food will be there, they don't go put it at the store.
Okay.
Yeah, we get a designated store just.
So then they run for like 2 to 3 days? Yeah,
then they go on say next Wednesday again, then do. But we not just go by where the store door empty. So at least some small good a day before we go restock them, yes. Yeah.
So now that food that pawpaw, banana.
Pawpaw, banana, just any fruit within season usually we can get. So instead we can get star fruits, we can get grapefruits, you know, we can get even the potato and even potato leaf we self they eat. Some they really they can, so we can get that as well.
Our brother then, so they eat the same thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Our brother and sister there.
Yeah.
What's a family for?
Exactly.
Yes.
If you can't share.
If you can't share. Family is meant to share.
Exactly.
So and this is costly, right?
Of course, this is costly. Like on average, for taking care of one babu at the sanctuary for the year is close to $2,000.
One day?
For the year, for the year. Yes.
$2,000 for take care.
On average.
Yeah.
Because babu then they always get like medical conditions, for example, where they get for do, you know, test them on and get for give them medication, all that's kind of the build up. and not just the food aspects no more.
$2,000 a year.
Yes.
How much me go eat for a year? I would then get safe for it.
No, I just even cut it to grand rice and I gave you now.
Yeah, that are free. That are free.
Of course.
But if I miss said they work for, and then when I work for them,
Of course.
$2,000.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah, but we not going to need for spend that much if people allow the forest for their day, let the able day. Then we don't need to go give them food. We just need to make sure outside and day is safe.
I see them get like kitchen for the all.
Yeah, no, this kitchen for Motorman food. So yeah, the food they normally we know they cook and the only food where they eat or they cook na something we call the bulgur ball. So now like so interesting thing about baboon then the wild then they eat meat. So then he hunts like them monkey, then squirrel, stuff like that they. So now parts of them protein in the wild. For supplements that protein they give them bulgur ball where we can make with bulgur, gari, beans, put spama in para, ball and fine and yeah, they like that.
Okay. Hey, yeah, we be small. We adopt kitchen. They go so guy money no day. The ball and put per mine. That's what you mean. That's what you mean.
Pretty much. Just that this one has a bit more things so that the protein content will go up a bit.
And this entire project started
in 95 officially.
1995.
In 1995. Yes. But I go say even from around the late 80s, the director we don't already begin do the groundwork for CCA able to collaborate with the right people there and the right government organizations for make this place, become a thing. So yeah, we did celebrate with 30th anniversary this year.
This 2025?
Yeah, this 2025. We make TAKUGAMA 30 years.
Since in operations. And it started with just Bruno.
Well, actually it started with 7 chimps. So it was Bruno and 6 other chimps that used to live with the founder before they established this place.
And Bruno is no more since 2006.
Yeah.
He broke out of of this sanctuary.
Yes, yeah.
I would imagine the kind of disaster Bruno would go and cause on the way.
Well,
and also a good day now, if at all he is still alive.
It's not likely that Bruno is still alive. I mean, it's possible, but considering the amounts of human activity where they happen at this forest, also then get like a wild chimp population at this forest as well, and chimpanzees they're kind of territorial. It's not so likely that till now we go still there. But yeah.
Well, it's possible as well, say. Bruno Godo escaped since 2006, and not to this, not around this western area anymore. We don't go maybe towards Otamba Kilimi or anywhere, or maybe Gola Forest.
Well, the thing is, this western area peninsula is an isolated forest. It not connect directly to any other forest because it's like the way Free Tongue Day, the western area peninsula, the middle, the city. Done on like in boundaries around, you get different community there, So now it makes sense for this place to be a safe haven, for we able that parameter there of the forest for we gets like a demarcation. So okay, now yeah, so housing they stop, now yeah, so human activity they stop. Don't for me I take go yeah. Now the forest. When the main thing we try for push for now. Not that people are not capable moving. Of course, you don't see people don't come to a certain point. So it's about the client say, okay, at this point, make it left for Motorman there. Let's get this buffer between the forest and the Motorman there, and then let the animal and the bush there. So, yeah.
So you start with 7 chimps, Bruno and 6 others. Today, when I get how many chimps?
Today we have 123.
123.
Yeah.
All the remaining on our rescue from the wild?
All rescued. Well, not from the wild, from people that we be done already, maybe hunt them, don't go buy them. All now people
that all from Sierra Leone?
All now
across
Sierra Leone. Yeah.
So meaning Salon still gets a huge population of the chimps?
Well, relatively
or before?
No, because before, like in the 70s, around that period, then they will be get over 20,000 baboon in this country.
In the 70s?
Yeah, around that period. Yeah. But now, as of the last census we do, which was around 2010, we get about 5,500 we don't left now the wild. That's based on the last
census. You do census? How
yes.
The census?
Well, the census, usually we get research where they go on at different forests them. So then the researcher then get on different parameters then they will use. But basically we get tools them like camera trap, we get biomonitor them, people that we na tracker they we well versed in like the forest. We're not professional in that field. So now then they go in, utilize the different tools them we then get, and then you get the researcher the way they analyze that data day, and then they go able to come up and say, okay, like I know what they do sensors some water man then pretty much. Just that with baboon, they know they go knock on our host cons the one the way they did.
Because if they catch you,
exactly.
they go check you, they go piece you apart.
Yeah, but that's one to also take a lot of resource, so
and time as well.
Of course, yeah. Because
so the last time we didn't do the last census, have been when?
2010.
2010. So that's like
it's like
15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
15 years ago.
Exactly, yeah.
And the next census on the plan program when?
Well, for now we not get any, solidified plan for do the next census.
Resources involved.
Of course, yeah. I mean, a lot.
Sidiki already so curious for see the chimps. If you want to take you through, you want to take you to any of them.
Of course.
Let's go.
Make we go this way. This building now where they see where they close this wire so now we veterinary office.
Okay.
So now so we get all the medical tools and all the medication where we get for the babu then whatsoever.
At the citizen quarantine area.
Yeah, so the quarantine area they behind this building.
Are 98.6%
similar DNA wise.
With Motorman. There's some brother and sister there.
Of course.
No strange. And this are fruit?
Yeah, this not jackfruits. Yeah.
And this then they eat them?
Oh yeah, then they eat them, then they seed, then can boil them, eat them. Like a very versatile fruit actually, and it's quite delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Logo, you want to take a
Yes, please.
When I get there?
No, well, unfortunately, that's the unfortunate thing with Pinky is a loss in life back into
sickness.
Well, actually, an injury. It been for them because say albino then sometimes the eyesight's not so good, so if they try for navigating way from one tick to another, it jump in able make gets a spinal injury and that's.
So these are tourists.
Yeah, these are people that have just finished the tour.
All right, hello, how are you?
Hi,
good. What's on experience when I don't go see the babu then?
Yeah, good.
This is some grammar.
I don't go see chimps for the first time. The first time?
Yeah.
That's great, lovely. All right, how is that? Okay.
Yeah.
So na stretch actually for go to outside the chimps there.
Yeah, well, for this one at the closest one, we now like this now like a I go say phase 2 of the nursery enclosure I've been telling you about earlier, where the babu then go after.
Look at them watch me.
I'm very curious. Babu then very curious. I believe so then they eat food no more than food.
They fall away. And they move with you.
Especially this babu where they fall out in a solo.
Solo, why wanna call it solo?
Well, usually when the babu then they come, they can already give a name. Because
it is dirty.
Then they well solo na babu with the stone. Yes, in your trick and way they pick up.
Solo, why wanna call it solo?
Well, exactly what they say earlier, we rescue all the babu them from people their homes.
Okay.
Right. So usually when we go, they find out they don't already give the babu name, and mostly the babu that already they able like recognize the name they don't give them. So come with them now, now they change the name.
So the people they wanna go rescue them from, now they wanna the name they wanna give to the chimp.
No, now then they name the chimp.
Okay.
So some they can name the chimp then randomly one chimp be there self we name chicken.
You name chicken?
Chicken, yes. Yeah. So random name there. Some they will get Motorman names, some they will just get like crazy names.
So you're taking us up?
Yes, we're going to the first platform where you can see the chimps.
Hello, how are you, sir? Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So this enclosure, we call it the play and learn enclosure.
Like a playground?
Yeah, pretty much.
So these are the nursery and quarantine?
Well, this is the second phase of the nursery. We then come on quarantine usually, then they go to nursery. We get the first nursery enclosure, they a bit to that side over and then take it there so. And then yeah, so
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, these are fruits.
No, this two yellow two scatter so. But now the ball go ball they tell you but.
Okay.
Yes, now and
What's in they eat and as well? They eat from?
No, then they something gonna put inside the ball. We can usually put them ball there for them as enrichment, just something for keep them mentally active.
Okay.
So
hello. Now you not solo?
Normally, when we get guests, we can encourage them to not interact with the babu there.
Okay.
Yes, because we try to get as little human interaction with that as possible.
Okay.
Because the goal being that ultimately we want to make we able to release them back into the wild. So may they not get too comfortable around humans. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as I put wire them down in electric,
yes, now electric wire. We just for deter them from me they not come out of the enclosure. When for their own safety and for the safety of people that were there around.
But sometimes they can jump.
Well, from time to time, yes.
It's possible to say from there. And they said the spring and so they can spring from the
no. Babu they're really good at climbing, but not so much at jumping from long distances. So generally this is fine, and this not to something really like the damage or anything. It's just a deterrent. It's just uncomfortable. Even me don't shock me several times. It's just uncomfortable.
Okay, so this is not the solo.
No, this one is a Laza.
Laza.
Yes. Name Laza Caesar.
Laza not look friendly.
No, well, actually, Laza is pretty friendly, especially more towards humans, I would say. And a babu, you believe it or not, he like camera bad.
Really?
They recognize camera. You go to my find out camera, they right before you.
No wonder. Yeah. I see they go very close to the camera.
They like camera bad one.
Oh. So now Naza. Laza.
Yeah. Laza Caesar.
Laza Caesar.
Yes. We got other Caesar back now, not just Caesar.
Look down the dance.
See, that's only the sense so.
On the solo?
No, solo for the Uber and 9 they gone after, so 9 day before.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And that building the Uber and outside see them they go so that then I did them sleep.
Inside it?
Yes.
How did they pass?
Now the tunnel line in the pass, so that open inside with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so then they pass through that tunnel, they go inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from there straight here?
Yeah.
Straight inside this playground? From the playground straight inside
it? Yeah.
So there's no way in or out other than that tunnel?
Yeah. That's what I mean. And the whole sanctuary connected to the tunnel there. So from Yaso, say the last enclosure we did before parts,
get another
all connected. So if you want to pull Babu yourself, to go Bayanda.
I see another sound somewhere.
So Obayanda, we get down in one of the enclosure that we say normally guests that not can go because we call it high security. I just assume why we call it high security.
Yes.
Because the Babu there and they're very intelligent, very well skilled at escaping.
And hostile.
Yes. Well, maybe not so much hostile, than just they're what you would call a flight risk.
Okay.
Yeah, so they make their own enclosure. If you look, maybe you can come by and see, safety protocol there.
Yes.
Yeah, so now for me, they're not.
Then sound alone, the different.
Yeah, and these guys are adults. These are fully adult chimps. Yeah.
So you see, even their own side for sleep is different.
Yeah, this not their own. Then this everybody get your own kind of individual room.
Individual rooms.
Yeah, so they see they then like 4 different.
Okay, so I meaning 4 chimps inside. So
yeah.
People are inside food tongue, they're not inside for.
Well, the outside the Babu for the people and just the cut and over the
we can look at that. So this is pretty much how the TAKUGAMA Chimpanzee Sanctuary day, right?
So this is just
what is this land space we want to occupy right now?
This land
which is supposed to be the land space right now?
Well, we suppose forget I believe 500 acres of land. 500
acres?
Yes.
Now not supposed to forget?
Yes, now supposed to forget. But recently there was a declaration with the Ministry of Tourism where they don't give we 6,000 hectares what we suppose for manage
6,000 hectares and this Western Area Peninsula
National Park, yes.
Outside they continue for the brush and
yeah, well now the place they're all now so people then still they encroach into. And that space not for us for let TAKUGAMA begin build different building there now for just may we maintain them as a forest. We create a buffer between the community there and the forest, just for extra safety for everybody.
For water and others.
Yeah.
I see another facility.
So yes, so now the one where they tell you earlier, so now the kind of adolescent teenager there, yes.
Okay.
So now they own enclosure this, and recently.
The curiosity, I want to see whether they talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
From the
Water. So they all get pump?
Yeah, each enclosure gets pump, and the babu they also be use the pump.
It's a bit turn the tap.
No, so they own pump different, now like a knob. Where them press the knob, water they come out.
So there's a bit of a pressure.
So they also, even the young one and the baby, they all nice of it.
Now they teach them?
Well, I guess maybe in the beginning stages, then go don't teach some of them where they initially install them. But once babu don't think company do something, instead they try for doing.
Yeah.
And they learn by just
looking.
Stage, yeah.
Observation. So when I can interact with them, when I get where you now they go get them.
Well, usually we get designated people that we call the care staff them. So then they get one-on-one interaction with the babu then, because then they feed them, and then they maintain the enclosure and stuff like that. And them and the veterinary people then are the only can get that kind of interpersonal interaction with them, because then they feed them also. So when they go for feeding, and can usually call them, may then come on at the bush.
This you get belly? Tell like one with get belly.
No, this now young babu this you go there around maybe 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years. What's not the oldest where they can be?
Well, in a sanctuary setting like this, babu then can live up to 60 years plus.
60?
The oldest babu get actually in then the Obayanda, he only 42 years.
I don't grow.
Well, actually, interesting story about him. He been spent the first 30 years of his life as a pet.
Okay.
Yes, not so now until he may get a unfortunate event with a former owner where this babu bet in Grand Peking finger come on, and then baby released the babu to Takugama. So he just done there for about 12 years now.
So he did 42 years.
42 years, yeah, he's very old.
So when in a sanctuary like this, like 60 years. Oh, I see. Okay. Put them up the trees.
So Obayanda, now another enclosure where we call the gorilla enclosure.
In the wild.
Yeah.
Ooh. And these trees are connected to each other. So is it not possible to say they can transfer onto the stage where they will move to communities?
No, because the fence it go around the one whole enclosure.
Something.
Yeah, so and for as you did notice no more even here, so they say think they're not they close to the so there's that buffer zone.
Okay.
And with the monitor them throughout. And sometimes the way it gets bushy, the care staff then they go and brush them, clear them out.
They're not afraid?
No, they're not used to the babu then now. Because then they take care of them.
Babu didn't do anything?
Nah, no.
What if they fall sick?
If they fall sick, then make we get the veterinary people then. Usually then go observe them. If they feel say they need for bring them in, do some tests or whatever, then go tranquilize them, go to the veterinary office and then do whatever necessary.
I see now they say Kabbalah, Sunny.
Yes, this now some of the babu that way the Obayanda.
And the name they know there?
Yes.
Okay, so now by the side, okay, but you say by how they rescue them?
They rescue them at the name they carry it.
They even get in days of birth today?
Well, mainly this now an estimation based on when we receive them. Exactly, yeah.
So that for example, Lani I say born 17th August 2003, 2003.
Yeah, crazy.
That's like 3 years before Bruno. Yeah. Bruno broke out of this sanctuary.
Yeah.
And there not be any reports of the of danger or damages we're going to cause?
Well, just the waiting be happen at the entrance because unfortunately we been get one taxi a tour they come up, so one taxi driver be lost in life. You know, and the interesting thing with that escape then have been 31 babu they actually be escaped.
31?
Yes. So 26 of them end up come back on their own. Now 4 no more not be able to return the balance, we be rescue them at the forest. So Bruno and 3 other babu there. I don't want to say again, yeah.
Oh. How do you feel for them, sir?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
So they eat how many times a day?
Well, they're all the sanctuary, the babu they all they eat. The one who they eat, I think the least, nah, then it will be 3 times a day. But majority of them are 4 to 5 times and they feed them.
Okay.
Yeah, because the one the way they eat 3 times a day, the one the way we get for go later, then they're like bigger enclosure. And yeah, so this one of forest, about 60% of the trees them edible, the leaves and then all. So when they go under, then they able forage, get their own food. So like we don't need to forget them as much because they get food there inside the enclosure.
Okay, so let's go straight to that other enclosure.
All right.
So that the food is that they prepare so.
Yes, as you can see, you got some banana there, some cucumber.
Banana cucumbers.
Yeah, some pawpaw behind that.
See the they make it feel bad.
Don't feel bad. They're a national animal. We're glad if then they eat.
Why they are called the national animal, I shall speak to Bala shortly later.
All right.
Why the national animal and the threats where they pose, the threats where the encroachment they pose to the sanctuary. I will talk to Bala, the founder of the sanctuary, shortly later in this show, this special edition of the Today Show. So these are bananas, these are cucumbers, and that na pawpaw.
Yes.
This is how they eat.
Yes.
Why they eat and say you need balanced diet. I don't get balanced diet.
Have a canton bauna.
So you make a canton babu. So these are the wonderful people where they prepare the food. Yeah. Lovely people. They feel. Like it taste, sir?
No, when you taste,
sir?
They don't know permit we for.
Na babu eat.
Babu eat. Okay.
They eat it, then they eat it, so we decide for me.
Now you see the kiwala can't on babu, not on babu. So that's what advantage I have. So this one they buy them every day from the market.
Right, well, twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays.
On a store.
Yeah, we keep another store by Anna.
Activated the supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the vehicle. So this is a water tank?
Yeah, this is a water tank.
For them?
Well, this water they supply the sanctuary different places.
This place was really built.
Yeah.
This was really built.
And a gradual process, over the years.
Watermelon as well.
Watermelon, pawpaw, cucumber, jelly, coconuts.
Really?
Yeah, all of the fruits. They sold in the market.
So you can go there, you go feed them? You can go there?
Yes, and for that they prepare for.
You go there for go feed them?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. I wish we did at say 5 o'clock when I feed them.
Okay.
You didn't scared?
No.
They didn't do anything? You go give them so baby in the hand?
Yeah, they give them at the hand.
Like how many to tin up so they give them? Wow. How long did you work here?
I'm 2 years and 3 months so now.
2 years, 3 months, and you're not scared? I go able to sleep. Anyways, thank you very much. When I do a marvelous job here for keeping these animals alive. It's not small work. Thank you very much, everybody. All right, Sidiki.
Yes.
Take me to the other enclosure, please.
Yeah. And you see most of the structure, all the structure there, if I go so they see so. What of us say they be built in the beginning, then we start. All of them are like gradual, small additions over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you start with just one small structure.
Yeah.
And then you grow gradually. You continue for art.
Yeah. Up here, so now there we get to outreach officer there.
Okay.
So the people there where they do the work actually outside of Freetown and different parts of the country. And the office this for them. And this structure where they done at the den. For them, the babu den, yes, the one they with the Obayaso. And then
so they get tunnel where they use for coming inside it?
Yes, now the tunnel this Obaya. Yeah.
And you get more time with the office there up there?
Yes. I mean, yeah, we all used to that now. We all used to that. So now we're going a bit of a tricky side. So I go advise we get maybe just one camera work out because we get for the very close to the Usadi Babu Dende.
Okay.
May not freak them out.
Okay.
Because they'll get that shot to Mr. Balabi they talk about where they see the encroachment area.
All right.
During the point so there, if Babu come close to the fence and like do anything, just stay calm and not do any harm to you. But if the camera man kick out by they able to see like this now enclosure and then just over under they see like
they don't set fire.
Yeah.
In the forest.
Yeah. And
already they see the difference. The color difference.
Yeah. It's like then they barb the forest, they go.
And
this
go,
fence
and go in the middle of the forest and go born. Then they take and go down gradually.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't start from before and then just they can inside.
So this is the nature of disaster where they already begin for them at this sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, look that big man there.
Then in the age and then the alpha of this group.
Then at the 42?
No. AJ is still within his teens.
A teenager? And call him AJ?
AJ, yeah.
As in an abbreviation or just the...
That's the name. Yes.
AJ.
Yeah.
So these are the enclosure of the bigger sets of these chimps.
Yeah, these guys are also kind of adolescent chimps. Yeah. And this is the pump they tell you about. So now them pump this. Before and they didn't up there with the press for they then drink.
So now just one pump I see?
Yeah, now one pump in each enclosure. Okay. They're all side beside it. So when they waka with the drink and they come back.
And that reservoir then they serve including the kitchen for human use.
Well, yes. Yeah, we also get like a different water source so they come out directly from the TAKUGAMA dam.
Okay.
Yes, and we get some tank there as well. So we get like different stuff for the lead. I don't know the specific, of whose tank they supply what.
Okay.
But we get different water sources then.
All right. This is lovely and great.
Yeah.
The national animal home.
Yeah.
This is it, TAKUGAMA. Right here, now Regent. This is now Regent's community.
This now Batos. Because when you pass the Regent, they meet Batos.
Okay, this is Batos.
Charlotte. Yeah.
It's not Batos. Okay, the other hand of Batos village. The other hand are the human settlements there.
Yes, across.
So this is the forest side.
Yes.
Even when we go further, in fact, some encroachments even don't take place there further towards towards Mogeba.
Mogeba, yeah. It happened on like different. This is not just the only side. It happened like all fronts, even from the Godgich axis. It happened.
All right. Okay.
And you get the people away. Sometimes you're not going to see them invisibly, but some man where they go inside, where they go, cut stick for burn coal, and thing and
that activity did happen as well.
Oh yeah, it happened at the forest.
When I see them every day.
Well, maybe not here, but for me, for example, I they close to the forest on the Godgich side, so that's why they see a lot.
Or the Godgich side at the forest, are they there?
Yes.
Are they you reside?
Yes. Me house technically now 5 kilometers from here if you go through the forest.
Through the forest?
Yes, but if you go around now like 20 kilometers. Yeah.
You can't risk it through the forest. Otherwise you'll be chopped.
Exactly. They're not going to fend me again.
Alright. So let us fend with. I want to see through this. I'm scared. Nobody's there.
No.
Nobody.
And then empty right now.
So this is not then 4, then
Yes.
5, then 6.
Yeah. Different because with babu them back, like how they put them inside, we need to be strategic about them because you get maybe certain dominant male in a group. It's not best for put them together.
Okay.
Otherwise then go fet and then fet then can be deadly. So you go put maybe the picking and can they together with some calm female there. Yeah. So
then they reproduce here?
No, so at the sanctuary, because of some PASA laws, passing at the Pan-African Sanctuary Alliance, we're not allowed for make them reproduce, but also because of limited space.
So, but if they're in the wild, they can do so?
Oh, yeah, of course. So now they give them usually the implants, the contraceptive implants.
Really?
Yeah, the female chimp there.
You always want a man instead of you?
Yeah. Yeah, so now that make back with the advice.
Interesting. So Captain Ban, we want a man, woman in the use. That's what the chimps also use here for prevent pregnancy.
Yeah.
So that they don't go reproduce. Otherwise, this place
got off floor by now.
We're crazy.
Exactly. But even with that, we do. The contraceptive is also not 100%.
Yes.
So sometimes it fails. And when it does, we allow the chimps to keep the babies. So we get 5 babies that were born here. No. If they don't get the belly done, we allow them to go through the pregnancy.
Pregnancy and delivery. And also, here, no abortion is permitted. Then they pull chimpanzee belly. So if the contraceptive fail, like Sidiki say, 100%, and like medical experts they say, contraceptive, not 100% guarantee. When it fails, then they pull the belly. They go through that belly, they born the picking. Hearing?
And we babu born picking, now the one whole group get that picking there. They all they take care of her.
Why?
Because that's how they are now. Like animal the way they're really social. You know, babu then get a very strong social community. So within the community, you get the alpha male, you get some alpha female there, you get some other, top ranking males, and you get like hierarchy. And when it comes to the young one there, now everybody in responsibility. Yeah.
So we will continue to go into the wild with Sidiki. Sidiki will take you through some other facilities in this sanctuary. I'll call on the wild because for me, this is going deeper into this sanctuary or deeper into this forest here.
Yeah. Get some more jackfruit.
Jackfruit.
Yeah.
What about they eat them as well?
Oh yeah. It's really nice.
I have not tried it before.
So I say, jackfruits they get people can visit me.
What's the season?
Well, then they get soon because some of them don't be big now. So maybe by end of next month, some of them go down get.
Okay.
And
the next point is how to go so now.
So yeah, now who's how they go now? The babu the way we can say the dog ready for possible release. And yeah, so we get some more,
possible release into the wild.
Into the wild, yeah. Should we get a suitable release in sight?
Okay.
Yeah, and they're more older and more experienced.
How can you release them?
Well, the thing is, now we release back weights from the beginning of the sanctuary, because the side them way go be suitable for the way we release there. At the same side, also how to go rescue babu there. So that means
they're not safe there.
They're not safe. I mean, even here, they're barely safe.
With the human activities with it.
Going on, yeah.
This is huge amount of money we want to put into this because the fencing of each of the enclosures, in my estimation, obviously costs.
It's a lot, yeah.
So are these something like structured there?
Yes, so then in another one of the enclosure there, other one they done here. So I don't know which now on an energy like we can go do both or we can choose one.
What do you think? Let's go this way.
Okay.
And then let's explore if we have more energy.
All right.
The energy level is still up, then we can go to the other side.
Okay, because how they done here actually they're my favorites.
My favorite?
Yeah, it looks
Why
nice.
is it?
It just get like a certain look and feel to it. Especially like they see like the big trees there. It's nice. So
all two of them. Now one day we're not ready for release into the wild.
Yeah. So babu the way all the necessary skill them we babu then at the wild gets, then self get her. So if they go into the wild, they're not go struggle.
Okay.
Yeah, then go able to fend for themselves and protect themselves. At this period now, it's easy for you to see them there.
So tunnels everywhere. Tunnels connecting everywhere.
The tunnels connect all the enclosures in the sanctuary.
Wow. The sound alone tells it all.
I think one of them is in the den. This enclosure we call them New Sea.
You got a den on there?
Yeah, the den and down there.
We call this side how?
New Sea. This is a New Sea enclosure, yeah.
Why New Sea?
Well, because it's alphabetical. From that first side, we say as in the plain land, now A enclosure. Then we get B enclosure, and then we get Old Sea, New Sea.
Okay, New capital C.
Yeah, New Sea.
Okay. And this they go way down to
all the way down to the foot of that hill over there. This now 8 acres.
It's not 8 acres?
Yes.
They go down to the stream, to the roadside?
No, not they reach the roadside. Like, outside they see that kind of valley there, so
okay.
At the bottom of that valley, it stretches all the way down there.
Okay. All in a water source? Water catchment area?
Yeah. Because it's them generally, then they refill the water table, Now then they will make the water go inside the ground, soaking enough, so that it will flow back even into the streams and into the dams.
How do they get electricity for power this?
So we get a generator where they run, and we also get solar. During the day, we use the generator, and then at night we switch to solar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything we want to get for use electricity for is being powered? Yeah. Or centralized centralized system. We want to get for power everything? Yeah. This is great. Let's go now to your favorite place.
Yes, please.
We not see any baboon here, so we're heading to your favorite place.
But it's likely to be the same because
we might not also see
chimps there.
Because probably they don't go into the
forest.
Yeah.
So
what do you go search for?
Then baboon in the wild, then they spend 70% of their time just foraging, looking for food. So most likely that's what they're doing right now. That make we say that we are already for the wild. Because the thing that way baboon go, most likely they do in the wild, now you go find in the Dunaya.
Or maybe trying to reproduce.
Well, yeah. They do that all the time.
I see this.
In loving memory of Julie. So Julie was one of the founding chimps.
Julie.
One of the founding 7, yeah.
Founding 7 chimps.
Yeah. We start with Bruno. Okay. Yeah.
So Julie more or less have been Bruno in sister.
Yeah, pretty much.
This place is massive.
Yeah.
But all might go in vain.
Yeah, if action is not taken.
If it's not protected and the right protection actions, they're not able to take them.
Yeah.
And that right protection action, we'll have to discuss that shortly later with Bala. So don't touch the dial. You're in for a little bit of a ride here with us on today's show. We're there with you now. TAKUGAMA Sanctuary, chimpanzee, the home of the national animal of Sierra Leone. Outside government now, there is some serious concerns about the level of encroachment that take place here. This rope I see.
Yeah, no, this is not just like a barrier.
Okay. Please help us protect our forests and environment for you and us.
Yeah.
See the baboon, they appeal and they beg and say for protect them, protect this forest and the environment for me and you too and them. And say a healthy forest for clean air, the oxygen, the breeze where they breathe in, clean water where they drink, food, medicine, and so much more. And say we say no to bushfire, illegal hunting, and illegal logging for cut stick them. Baboon they big. What about me too? Baboon they will get sense pass. Me too will get sense pass them. And I walk at the end of the day.
Yeah. So down here, so we get an active construction project for create some new den there for some of the baboon there.
Okay.
Yeah, because we, like I tell you earlier, we get 123 baboon there now, and they rescue more and more baboon there. So it's like we need to create some more space for house them.
Okay. So now each enclosure, when I get a cutoff between the forest and the and the fence.
Yes, yeah.
A complete disconnect.
Yeah. And with the maintenance regularly, especially during the rain season.
Okay.
So, and then 2 months how they can pass, and then basically don't build all the building already in this place. I don't build that.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
God, thank you.
Not to exaggerate on what it says.
All the structures.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then they walk under so.
These are marvelous workers. I wish myself we get Babu. Oh, Williams. Oh, Williams, okay. Ah, Williams. Nice to know you today. Hi. Okay. All right, Williams.
Mr. Mike always do what thing do.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. A very good listener.
Yeah.
Very good listener.
So that's probably one of your most consistent listeners.
Yes. Sound of an ape.
So this is the old sea enclosure.
Old sea enclosure.
Yeah.
I see Bagura Sanctuary in Moyamba District. Within this, more or less.
This
Bagura na a chiefdom. A chiefdom is Moyamba.
Yeah. So this one of the places where we be done, survey and think say might be a possible release site. But then this place, and we also got another place in the Pujon district, Jebui, we're then on the Moa River. But then because of like human activity, again within the place and the population of other chimpanzees there, then it makes it tricky. Yeah. But then in Sobengi, we've been get a sustainable livelihood project there, where we work with the community for do oyster farming in a sustainable way. Because that's one of we approach there and we outreach for make sure so we go in the communities, try for give people an alternative for make them stop for do the harmful practices that they do in the forest.
I heard the sound in the forest.
Yeah, that's most likely a monkey. We get a lot of monkeys coming through here.
One of the food.
Yeah.
For the chimps.
No. They just live in the forest. So they also come for food. They come for like the fruits and the trees and stuff like that.
But the babu, they eat them?
Well, then said any monkey, then said no safe, then reach inside and a problem for them. So thank you, stay away.
They're gonna see they get belly with it.
No, I'm gonna try that.
As soon as you reduce the electric wire.
No, so this wire is not so an active enclosure.
Okay.
Yeah, this place is not active. The enclosure itself is over here. And you see that we don't put tall nets there.
Yeah.
Because I'm specific babu there, I name Jazzy. In the stone the way they send.
Really?
Yes. The leg stone bad one. So now I mainly make them put this here. So with this now,
it bounce
off here. But so it's part of the nature. The need for display. For sure, you said, take it to this. You let you know.
I have to protect myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way they can fight. So they said they use mask?
No. So in our protocol, actually, when they close to fence for use mask, so that we limit any possibility of transmission of disease.
Flu, particularly.
Yeah, exactly.
This place is pretty much cool.
Yeah.
I think I love the environment.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty cool and feels lively. I really feel like wanting to stay here more often.
And you can. We actually have ecologists as well. We have 7 lodges where people can spend the night at the sanctuary.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not for free?
No. They range from $90 to $150 a night.
$90 to $150 a night. But not much of them?
No, just 7. But the least can accommodate 2 people and the bigger one can accommodate 4.
Okay. So once in a while?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Once in a while, mango can relax the. Sometimes they get warm. So mango can rest time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. When they forget to be missing at tongue,
they forget the worries of life.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I switch my phone off?
Exactly. Well, you don't even switch off. Sometimes when you wake up, your service not there. So you're
no
good.
service here?
Yeah. Most places there's no service because of the forest.
Oh, okay. But the hub?
The main, no. The main entrance area, then service steady.
Okay. So this is your favorite environment?
Yeah. It makes you feel like you're truly encased within the forest because of the trees. I like it.
I love myself. I think I see the reason why this is your favorite.
Yeah, it's just nice.
As compared to the other places, the other enclosures we don't go. I think I like here more.
It's my favorite one.
So I can just, if Hamokri, I can just relax here.
Exactly. I should watch another for Jazzy from time to time.
You make her scared more for Jazzy. So I better live here.
Yes.
So that Jazzy no can.
Can see. So what's this guy there? That's how you say Kikaya.
So pretty much this is it about this sanctuary. So you've taken us through like seven enclosures.
Weve done A, B, Rosalind, New C, Old C. Technically 5, but then I showed you gorilla and there's the monkey.
Yes, a monkey. Monkey?
Or is that? Oh no, that's actually a chimp.
That's a chimp.
Yeah, that's in.
Come see.
That's in New C. Usa will just come up.
Yes.
I did about with it so. They see how they get it, man.
Yes, I can see it. It don't be quiet now.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell it now. Medicine they take. One of the.
Maybe they only eat the leaf them because like I say no more. The leaf them edible. 60% of the leaf there in the enclosure edible. So then he eats there. Yeah. And they also, in the wild chimps, they make nests, so they don't sleep on the ground. So even though they can come inside, but still they can build nests inside the enclosure. And the branch they can break.
They build for
arrange, yeah.
And they break?
And they break there. Now they own architecture than they are going to say. But they're really excited about it.
Yes. Oh, I see a hand.
Yeah?
I see a hand.
Oh yeah, this is not the one that we did inside. So this enclosure, we get 2 alpha male that they not agree. So normally we alternate them. If one day inside.
Look at the guy looking at me.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I've been warned not to talk to you.
Yeah. He's inside today.
Okay, so this is it here for Siddiqui. So Siddiqui don't take me through, so like literally 6.
Yeah.
Literally 6 enclosures. Here are the TAKUGAMA Chimpanzee Sanctuary, the home of apes, babudem, the national animal of Sierra Leone. However, this home they under threat due to human activities, mainly the mad rush for construction of houses. So gradually, people don't come into the sanctuary, and not only affecting the sanctuary, here them babuyas to their house, their home, but they also affect water catchment. Thank you very much, Siddiqui.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much for taking us through this beautiful forest. I love it. It's full of life.
Nice.
The life I look forward to, quiet nature, and so much more.
Exactly.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
so I look forward to now meeting Bala, the founder of this place, and talk to him much more beyond what Siddiqui don't talk to me about. Join me after this break. It's been an exhaustive ride and movement within this TAKUGAMA forest with Siddiqui. So now I come meet the founder of this TAKUGAMA chimpanzee sanctuary, Bala. I had a struggle for that surname. So now I'm pronouncing I get myself in trouble. Hello.
Hi. You won't get into trouble. It's Bala Amara Sekaran.
Sekaran.
That's right.
Sekaran.
Yep.
So you travel all the way from, is it Asia?
I came from Sri Lanka.
Yes, Asia, to Salon for can set up this chimp sanctuary.
No, I didn't come to set up the sanctuary. My mother came to work here, I joined her, then I went to school here, Then I settled down in Sierra Leone. Then I met the chimps. And many, many years ago, I decided to establish the sanctuary.
Bala, we can sit down? Is it possible?
Yeah, you
No,
can.
yeah,
it's
not
a bit
favorable
better. No,
for
it's
us,
okay. So,
not favorable.
yeah.
So your mama Kawukia,
Correct.
that was
Yeah.
in the 70s, 80s?
In the 70s, yeah. Late 70s, she came. She was a teacher. I joined her. I liked the country. I stayed on. Then...
Your mama didn't go back?
Yeah, I don't, long time ago. Yeah. But then I stayed on, and I was trained as an accountant. But then I met my first chimpanzee, Bruno, many years ago. Looked after him, another chimp. I rescued many. Then I talked to the government to see what we can do together rather than one individual trying to save.
And the government at the time had been President Ahmed Jankaba?
No, it was MPRC at that time.
Johnny Paul Koroma?
No, long before.
Okay, NPRC. That was
NPRC.
Reginald Valentine Strasser
yeah.
and Julius Madabi.
That's correct, yeah. So that during that
in the early
time,
90s?
Yeah, it was 94, 95. That's the time we established the sanctuary.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. President Kaba came later, yeah.
How you can fall in love with chimps? An accountant can fall in love with chimps, and eventually they can give you this now that's where you start the chimp sanctuary.
Correct, yeah. I think it's not really falling in love. It's just a matter of you find this chimpanzee almost dying, is pathetic in a place called Matatuka, after Makeni. So I rescued the chimp, didn't know much about chimpanzees, but it's just that you wanted to help the chimp that was going to die. So I brought him home, then I nursed him. I think that's where it started, the relationship. Till that time, he was maybe just a monkey. But when you start living with him, you realize that he's more like a human child. And I was newly married with this little chimp at home, so he grew up like a...
Newly married with a little chimp at home?
No, we were newly married and we had this little chimp at home.
Okay.
So we looked after him like our own child. Then we rescued another one, and another one.
You and your wife?
My wife, yes.
When I be look after chimps?
Yeah.
On our house?
Yes.
When I not be afraid?
No.
When I not be scared?
No. Small chimps, when they are very small, they are
That have been Bruno?
Yeah. We been baby, so you don't get afraid. Then we bring other one like that. At some point we had like 6 or 7 chimps at home.
Also want to take care of them?
In Smart Farm, that's where we lived.
Smart Farm?
Yeah.
Wilkinson Road?
Yes.
I don't be there. When I be there, take care of the Bruno.
That's right.
So eventually, una move kaya. How?
So after then they come up, they don't begin strong. They're becoming more violent because they're not babies anymore. And at the time I talked to the government for say we get for find a place for them. You know, possible. Babu no for them inside town. So then get for find a way. Maybe we can look the wildlife laws we have for see is it's illegal for somebody for hold them as a pet. And without no law enforcement, everybody was doing it. And I was also one of them, taking care of the chimpanzees. So I talked to the government. We have to do something at a national level. So that is how it came about. Me and the government with some small seed money from European Union, we established the sanctuary as an orphanage so that the rescued animals, go to your house or my own house, you go come to a government program where they can be physically, mentally rehabilitated so that we can hold this facility a chimpanzee orphanage. But with time, we decided that that alone is not going to help save the rest of the chimpanzees. That is how we started a conservation program. So it is not an orphanage anymore. TAKUGAMA is more than an orphanage.
So when will we start the orphanage?
Yes, we were meant to be an orphanage. This was the law enforcement arm for the government. So any babu, they confiscate, they rescue. This is not the government facility where they come with them. Now they host them.
So this place, more or less, for me to just in a government facility?
It is, 100%.
So you're not waiting there also now?
I'm a volunteer.
You're not just caretaker?
I'm a caretaker. I decided to give my life to do something for the country. And I've done it up to now. So it's not private, it's not an NGO. I just decided that let me help the government for do this. But Anobi no say, I'm going to continue for help for 30 years. When I started doing it, the arrangement was I for help them 1 year, maybe help them how for run arm, how for, because I don't sabi already how for David Babuda. But in the government, there was no one. So they asked me, say, okay, ain't you passionate? Help we for set this up. I set them up, 95. Then as you know, 96, 97, the coup, this, that, all man left. And I was stuck with chimps. So I got more and more deep.
You remained here?
I remained here, yeah. Through the war. 10 years of rebel war, we were here.
So since you came in the 70s, you not ever don't go?
Home?
Sri Lanka?
No. This is 47 years. I haven't been home. This is home.
Really?
Yes.
And
that's why I can tell Boku people and where they drive people in land grabber and they say, well, Bala, you know, can't you come now? We born. I say, bro, you know what's it? Naka come, I like you pass you way born here. Now make they do this.
And for the 7 years,
yes.
You don't need a salon.
How many Sierra Leoneans is ready to fight for your wildlife for so many years? Through the rebel war. We don't attack Vinaya over 2-3 times, but we remained.
Rebels?
Yes, we have gone through
Why?
that. You ask me rebel,
just the normal question. Just the normal attack. Just the normal attack.
Yeah, for Kantif, yeah. Then go the nearby villages, they damaged a lot of people. Yeah. So we went through all that. Anyway, that is past, but I don't like to talk too much on that.
And when I moved from Smart Farm, when I come here?
Yes. These are the chimps that were at home, that were the first resident chimpanzees. Once they come inside, we begin use the law for look who would else get the chimps then. So now we go begin rescue. So by the time we were like 96, we had like almost 40 chimpanzees here. 40? Yeah.
And today when I get over 120.
That's correct.
This is not the home, and this is not the foundation.
This is the home for we national animal. You know, say Babuna we national animal.
Yes, it didn't have the passport now.
It didn't have the passport now.
Unfortunately, we see huge amount of encroachment. In fact, from the entrance to this place, there are mansions where they spring up or we don't spring up already. Hence, the serious concern as per within the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs say, on the 2nd day of February or 3rd day of February, we then put out a public notice about the encroachment, where don't they take place around there, and say any defaulter then will face arrests and so much more, including demolition of structures.
Yeah, correct.
How that for concern or serious concern to UNA in the first place before the Ministry of Tourism? Well,
now we raised the alarm. The Ministry of Tourism is our partner. We are doing this together. As you know, Minister has declared whole of this year as ecotourism year. So that means we are the #1 destination for ecotourism for this country. So as a government, if they're not able to recognize that or they're not able to protect such a location, then we will waste our time. That is why the minister also don't join we for the fight. So this problem with the CISO, all this encroachment and all this damage with the CISO, it is really putting a threat to this whole place. And it's not just about the Babude. You're also talking about the catchment. Water. This is the main prime area where the water is harvested by Guma Valley and it is taken down to Babadori for treatment and they send it out. And if you lose this catchment, what are you going to do? What are you going to tell all your mountain communities? What are you going to tell people at SS camp? How about people in health station? The water is not coming from heaven to Babadori. It's coming from TAKUGAMA to Babadori. You spoil TAKUGAMA, there's no water.
Well, the name is TAKUGAMA.
Well, the old name was TAKUGAMA. But with time, with the Creoles and this and that, then begin call it TAKUGAMA.
So it's not the TAKUGAMA, what do you mean?
TAKUGAMA comes from the smallest fish you find in the 2 streams called Tekui. So the former people who lived around here, I think mainly Loko Mende, they mean Tokam for say TAKUGAMA and something like a settlement where they established near the stream where they gather small fish, Tekui. So that is how they call it TAKUGAMA. But with time, I think the name changed a bit.
Accents can change. Huh?
Yes, exactly.
So now it's called
TAKUGAMA.
TAKUGAMA.
Yeah.
So that G is supposed to be Y. TAKUGAMA.
It should have been TCUEYMA. TAKUGAMA.
Okay, CUA.
Yeah. It should have, but it has changed now. You can't change it.
So when I get the land space, me and Sidiki they talk just now.
Yeah.
Where already is threatened because we see some structures already they don't put body.
Yes. There are not only pan body, there are some concrete structures also. We've been asking, in fact, we even with the blessing of the president, the current sitting president, with the Minister of Lands, they managed for declare this buffer zone as a TDA, like a tourism development area. Then do this thing last year. They actually give the map to Ministry of Tourism for say this particular place. We know they allow anybody for bill. This is not tourism development area. That means anything you want to do there, it has to be with the consent of Ministry of Tourism, not for dwelling houses, anything relating to tourism. But then they are flouting that again. Even that TDA, that tourism development area, then they more and more, then they encroach, then they damage the place.
And I know the people?
Some of them, yes. We've been complaining about them. Yeah.
Some
and
of
it's so sad. Some like recently we have a problem right on the top of the hill. These are men in uniform burning the place. So we go, our NPA rangers, National Protected Area rangers are around. So they go there, they check with them and they say, oh, well, not to you. Now lands don't give you document or whatever. Ask for the document, they cannot show you. You ask the lands people, they will tell you, no, we don't get any document. So it's a lot of issue. What I want to know is, I don't want to go into how I need to tell the government what to do. Government has their machinery, they get their department, they know what to do. They know where the problem lies. So it's very simple, right? You have a catchment, it's your prime catchment, that gives water to all your people. 200,000 people will get the water from TAKUGAMA Dam. You have your number one ecotourism, you have your number one ecotourism destination, it's here, right? It's a renowned destination. Everybody coming into the country want to visit TAKUGAMA. So if you're going to put that destination into threat, it's a huge danger for even, I mean, if the fire is approaching us, there is a good chance the chimpanzees might even escape from their holding facility because nobody knows like fire, right? So all this is happening. So I think we need to prevent it. It's no point we try to react to a problem where it don't happen, and it can happen. That is why I also told everyone that I'm going to give 2 months. Let government get their act together.
2 months ultimatum?
Yes, I have given that, and I'm not going to go back on that.
So 2 months, if the waiting government for do?
Well, they have to stop all this rubbish. This is your catchment. Don't allow anybody to damage your catchment. This is water for the poor people. I don't give a damn about that man who has plenty of money and building his mansion in the catchment. I'm talking about the poor people who need to, they depend. Those poor people cannot afford to buy water by Bowser. That guy who is building the big building, he will buy his Bowser by dozen. I don't care. We have protected this catchment for 30 years. We want this catchment to be left alone. We have established a sanctuary and we have brought it up to an international standard. And this is your number one destination for the country.
And some man going to think say you're making money out of it. So that's why you're being overprotective about this.
No, that's up to them. I don't have a problem with what they think. I'm doing what I have to do.
You really make money out?
To run the sanctuary, I have to make the money to run it, right?
Okay.
Because government doesn't give me a penny.
So now by how people they pay for come as tourists?
People are coming here. We do some, yes, we do entrance fees. We have some lodges where we get some money. We do some other research development activities where we make some money. We have animal welfare organization we depend on. We have conservation organizations helping us. That is how we keep this place going. Without money. First of all, as a Sierra Leoneans, you need to think, how many Sierra Leoneans will run a program that belongs to government for 30 years without a dollar from the government? So that's where you start the question.
So government they give penny?
No.
Although not government
facility.
Not government facility.
Yeah, now they establish them. Now me help them for establish them. After that, I don't have a budget line. But no give up. Why? Because sometimes it's also about what you can do for your country. So I thought, well, if I have the ability, let me do it rather than depending on the government, right? But it's time, it's 30 years, government should be seriously thinking. I'm not going to be here forever. Maybe this is the time they need to think, all this problem, they need to fix it. They need to think about what's the future if Bala is not there, right? And I have to be here and raise the money to run this place. If many people would have given up long time ago. And I'm not on the payroll here. So I don't think I need to prove anything more in terms of why we are still running this, because you become passionate. This is not a project for me. This is for me like a child.
So 2 months ultimatum. If the government not reverse what's going to happen to?
If they don't reverse, we'll close the place for public because it's dangerous for public to come here. Right? Because if you imagine you have so many people are here and the fire is coming close to us, if the chimpanzees escapes, what do? You want to blame Bala?
And where the chimpanzees escape and go into the community?
They can.
Of course
they can. Of course they can cause damage. These are wild animals. Right? I mean, you have other countries. Why don't we learn from them? There are other wildlife preserves. Go to Kenya, Uganda. All our people, they travel around and go see other people are doing nicely. But we don't come and practice it. Go to Kenya, you go to Nairobi National Park. They have given 3 kilometers buffer zone. Nobody can go near certain areas. All protected, right? Here, even 200 meters, we are crying to get a buffer zone. So you cannot, you need to understand. If you want this or that, you cannot have both. You want to have a destination that you're proud of.
You can have it.
Exactly. You're proud of a destination. This is your number one destination. Then, if you don't protect it, what is this thing about you're being proud about?
Would I push for let this chimpanzee become a national animal in the first place? Was it you or the government's decision?
It's the government's decision. We didn't push for it. What we said was, one, we brought the sanctuary and the chimpanzee to a level where it is recognized everywhere. Anyone outside thinks, oh, chimpanzee. Sierra Leone is one area, it's having a lot of chimps. For me, my drive towards declaring the national animal is because the law enforcement is not taking place. The organizations that are being paid taxpayers' money to look after wildlife issues are not functioning well. So that means there are still poaching, there is bushmeat problem, they are still killing chimps. No prosecution, no one is sent for jail for that. But the laws are there to do.
So once it don't become a national animal, then...
No, even before. Even before it was illegal. But they were not doing anything about it.
Okay.
That is the reason I thought, okay, you know what, we need to do something. If I depend on the law enforcement agencies, if they cannot do anything, I need to try something else. That is why, after 25 years fighting for it, I decided maybe we need something else. And that something else is the declaration of the national animal, so that we create an affinity between people and the chimp, so that people know this is ours, this national animal. We cannot kill this. I don't need somebody else to come and tell me that, you shouldn't kill this monkey. It's not a monkey anymore. It's your national animal, right? It's like China, right? They even use their national animal, that's the panda, as a tool, a diplomatic tool. They even exchange between countries. You know what I mean? So that's what we expected, and it's working, because we have more Sierra Leoneans visiting here, more Sierra Leoneans understanding it's our national animal. A national animal is not just that. We want to create trade around it. There are, like, you go to the park now, the market, wherever you go, people are making more carvings of chimpanzees. People are painting chimpanzees, because when a tourist comes, that's the first thing they're asking for. Do you have something of your national animal, right? And this place is also providing employment for so many people, right? So it's a national animal. The brand is also helping humans. Like, through this project, now we work with over 2,000-3,000 school kids every year. We are even building schools for people now through partnerships. We are providing water supply and wash facilities for other poor communities. We provide livelihood support. Why we do this? This is like a barter. It's like we go to a place, we find out there are chimpanzees in their community forest or a national park. We help the community so that they understand the help is coming, simply because they've been asked to protect them. Right? So it is TAKUGAMA is not just an orphanage. It's a lot more than that. But we do.
So this 2 months ultimatum don't get to government starts when?
Well, it should end by, let's say, middle of April.
Middle of April.
Middle of April.
And if the government will reverse, what's going to happen now?
Yeah, what is going to happen is basically we will close the sanctuary for the public, so you won't be here after 15th of April. You won't be able to get an interview here.
So they expect nothing less than demolition of the structures?
Well, what is... I don't need
because
to tell
that is the extent to which the Ministry of Tourism put on.
Well, that is for the government to decide. Not to me, they demolish, right? Government is bigger than me. Government need to understand what they need to do. I don't need to be giving prescription whether they should demolish or lift it or burn it down. I don't know. That's up to them. All what I'm saying is, as a responsible government, make sure your catchment is protected for the next generation and protect your number one tourism destination. How they do it is their business, not my business.
TAKUGAMA Chimpanzee Sanctuary. By April, if government not demolish the structures, this place will be closed to members of the public. Me, you, we all will not go for the access here, so whether for study purpose or tourism, not anymore. So this is how this place, but una go still keep una.
Of course, yes, because we have the chimpanzees. You cannot abandon the chimpanzees. This is still your national animal, right? But we don't need to bluff or showcase to people we have this facility.
But you know, we create much impact even if we are close to the public, and then
we just have to go back to books like how we were. We were established to be an orphanage, but with 30 years, we have transformed this orphanage into a formidable conservation organization. But if it is not valued, right, by the country or the government or the people, let's go back to basics. Go back, cut down, right, release all the staff that have been working in different projects, conservation or ecotourism or whatever, close all that. We have our animal handlers, the keepers are here. We will manage as long as we can take care of the chimps that are here.
And potentially, if, let's say, out of the crazy and devilish thinking, when I release these animals, say, go and fight for yourselves.
I can't do that because I'm a lot more responsible than that. So it's not just about the animal, it's also about the people.
So when I go fight for our home, then they're about
I can't do that. That fight can end up fighting humans, right? What are they doing is their forest. What makes you think the chimpanzee cannot think that is his home and they are taking over? If the chimpanzees go decide to fight the people who are taking over the homes. So I have to be careful, right? I have to think of the chimps, I have to think about the people as well. What we are trying to do is, that's what we are trying to tell, do not bring the people near to a wildlife preserve like this because there can be danger associated to it. That's why you're asking. That is why with the blessing of the President and the Minister of Lands, they've declared all this buffer zone. About 6,000 acres, they have declared it as a tourism development area. And the ministry decides what we can be doing there. But not to come anybody to build and burn and ransack the place. No, that's not done.
And just about, I think about a year or two ago, I see una start for do construction of the road leading to this place, which was terrible before.
Yeah, I know, but that is again to show, it's like, that's my problem. One arm of the government is valuing this place. Like you have the Ministry of Tourism, you have the Ministry of Finance. But coincidentally, Minister of Finance was here today. He came to look at the place to see.
While we were coming, we see a long queue of vehicles, a convoy.
That is the Minister of Finance, and I see the governor with some other governors from the region, sub-region, IMF. They were all here. So, because this has become a place where it's one of your number one destination. So people come. And he also came to look at the problem. Because what you are talking about, the road and the construction you are seeing, this is World Bank and Ministry of Finance is funding it. Why? They think this place has so much potential to even grow and do better. So there is government, and you have Ministry of Tourism, you have Ministry of Finance. They think this is a prime location. They want to even put money here to make it even better. Then you have other departments, you have institutions created to protect this place. They are not functioning. Or if they are functioning, they are not at a level, they are unable to stop the mess that is going on. Right? So government needs to look. Why are we paying taxpayers' money on certain institutions that are not doing their work? It needs to be told. If all of us keep quiet, nothing is going to change. Right? So if you think Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Finance is determined to develop this area, don't you think other ministries need to come in and protect that work? Otherwise, what signal we are going to send to even our international development partners? Why would World Bank continue to put money here if we cannot do our little thing that is protecting that place? Why would they come and give you more money if you cannot show our commitment? So it's something, whoever is there need to wake up and say, look, this is a test case for them. If you, Takugama, with all our clout and our recognition, if you cannot protect this destination, I'll tell you, you won't be able to protect others. And we are thinking about developing many areas for ecotourism and tourism. If you cannot protect your number one destination, you're wasting your time. You won't be able to protect anything else.
Bala, thank you very much for the time we take to talk to me.
Okay.
I wish you the very best, and we pray that we'll not close there, and the government will take the right and appropriate action.
Well, that's what we don't want to. We are not in a hurry to close. It's also, for me, It's a sad thing because you fought for this thing, you grow this thing over 30 years, and to close it, it's not a nice thing to do. But then what can you do? I have to think about people, the danger associated to it. You need to think about the catchment. What else to do, right? That alone, forget about the babu, forget about the thing. That water alone, nobody should be spoiling that hill at all. That means if we don't take action, I can simply tell you we are very wicked. We are not worried about those poor people in all these mountain villages. We are not worried about all these people in hill station and SS camp just because a few bunch of hooligans want to build. No, this is your catchment. This is your prime catchment. You cannot lose it. Even if they say, oh, the Ministry of Lands have given us plan or whatever, go back. Who put the plan? Humans, right? It's not from God. Humans created it. Go back to the drawing board and say, okay, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have put anything here. This is catchment. You expect people to drink? Right now, there are so many people brushing and burning and they're shitting there. All that dirt is going into that dam. Then what? Guma wants to take it, clean it a bit and send it to you to drink. You are happy with that? Your child drinking that polluted water?
So whether or not it is treated, you get some question around.
Even if you treat it, we treat it, but it's not for all the pathogens we can treat. What do Guma does? They chlorinate and send it to you. You understand? That doesn't mean that it can kill everything. So the best thing you have is harvest the water where it is already clean. There is no pollution there. So that it makes it easier for Guma to clean it. So they don't need to spend too much money to clean it. That's how it used to be. This forest is, it's pristine forest and that's what filters the water. And you get the clean water into the dam before it goes out. But if you damage it, now in the next rain, you're going to have so much of silt and dirt and everything is going to wash down and all going into TAKUGAMA Dam, and you expect us to continue to look at it. 2-3 years, maybe the dam will block. We won't be able to do much.
Again, Bala, thank you very much.
Okay, all right then.
We wish you the very best.
Thank you.
All right. So, that's now how TAKUGAMA Chimpanzee Sanctuary, they're under threat. The seriousness and severity of harm. Sidiki and Baladon carefully explained to me. So it means from now to April, government need to take the drastic action, the infamous action. We'll continue to follow up on that as and when events unfold, whether they are going to take the action for demolish, prosecute, arrest, or not. Will they continue to follow on that? Thank you very much to Sidiki and Bala for taking you through this magnificent and pristine environment of tourism. Well, we'll transition to the second half of the show now with segments, and we obviously will now start with sports. Lord General Mohammed Kolia.
Doom Soccer Football Agency don't organize trial for players from age 16 to 25 years. Where they get the background about the club, the general manager Alassane Conte say the club been in operation since 2009. He explained this in one interview with Slick TV.
Okay, the Doom Soccer been operate from 2019, and by then not to maybe they in charge. The person will be there in charge. We don't die and let go the game, and we say they good. And he died last year, December 11. And since we died, and I take the responsibility for being the scout for Drum Soccer. The aim of the trial, we try to give visibility to some players then we lack platform, because like if you watch, we not get plenty players then we they play in the Premier League. These are just grassroots player. Any selected player will get a 50% discount where he go travel, go Europe for go do a club trial, the likes of Spain, Austria, Belgium, Switzerland, France, and the likes. Decide for them I'm opening up because you get some players that we not get team, and we just decide for doing individual because these are the protocol of Drum Soccer. Even they organize them all over the world, and so normally it happen. Okay, and currently. I get 4 players away for travel. The 2 for go Deportivo na Spain, and 2 for go Atlanta and Georgia and America. And by next month I will start the visa process, and it depends the interview slots, because sometimes you go for interview slots not in there, so sometimes I can get a delay for player for get visa. In football as a scout, I will kind of face I want to look for one player. Maybe sometimes I fit see more than 2 or 3. Or sometimes I will say I want look, I can't look for 3 player. I can not see nobody, so it depends. Well, after this year, we get organized back. We normally do every year, and the players that can do trial. If today and we see them, and I know say next year the other upcoming trial, it will be sure for them. It depends on their determination and how hardworking they be. And I send this message to some of the players that we lack platform, because before some people not believe on drum soccer, some even can say this is a scam or this, but we just want to give assurance say we don't do this for quite a long time. We don't get more than 15 players there. We don't travel throughout the past year. Well, after the trial, if any player then see him, and he will go for trial, na direct club, na Europe. And if any player club sees interested in, then go talk to in parents club or maybe in management. From then after the player sign, drum soccer get a percentage from the club.
Abdul Karim Kaba, when a board member, we also double as a scout. Talk something about the trial.
Of course, it means a lot. It means a lot. And we try for our best to tap talents them all over the country and develop them to a level where we feel say they will be better players, not only for themselves, but for the country as a whole. Technically, they make we get people with high level of discipline in the game, where they for select players them from the various positions, and ranging from goalkeeper, come to the defense, midfield, you get wingers and that of the attackers as well. So then therefore look, you get talents them, the talent then they, and when you get talent, you get to look at the skills of the players, and then skills and they look at and select the best players for the trials. Of course, today is the first time we don't start them, and we didn't approve school. We don't can start them today. And for see how best we will get the players we want, and moving forward, we have to do it repeatedly, forget the players then. Like I say, you see football is business. Yeah? We try to forget players them we feel say them players are able then at the market and try to play better football. Again, it's business, that for sure, but also we develop them players there for represent the country. Always we do so now for Leon Stars. Yeah, well, of course you talk about the domestic league. Domestic league, now we look at now majority of the young players in the play day. Yeah? And even this trials we see, so we get players who they play domestically within a year. You understand? So we make sure that we get players where we feel say that we go fit to the system of Drone Soccer Academy. There is a system we don't put in place, and that system they now go work with. Yeah? We know they deviate from that system. We don't just bring in players at the end of the day, we let them go. No. We try to get players who feel say them players are go deal with we and be better players in future. We're not going to left them at all. We'll go monitor them. We'll get them the fullest support. We're supposed to get them for make them be better players in future. Of course, after today, we'll get other things we'll get for put in place. One, we'll get for invite the players again. You understand? Sit with them. We'll move forward. Like I said, a process. Today now the first step, and after the first step, we'll get other step. We'll get for follow. For make sure that we actualize with dream. I want to encourage all the players make them keep it up, because this is their own trade where they don't choose for play football, and if they play football, one they get for avoid a lot of things where they hinder the progress of your playing career. Avoid drugs. Always try for listen to the coaches, train well, avoid a lot of things where they enable play football, because we all know now how young men they don't involve into this drug system. But me see this opportunity for talk to all players, not only for the players who they can select for Drone Soccer. Who they play football in this country, do you avoid drugs and focus on the game. Use self-training, rest enough, you will achieve what you want at the end of the day.
Aliu Idris Kamana, one of the players that will benefit from this trial. It said thank you and appreciate the management for the opportunity where they give them.
Personally for me, a great milestone because it don't be a while we are at the sidelines and Doom Soccer don't give me this opportunity for showcase my talent. And I'm really happy because I have opportunity in this country and hopefully we will get more of this and I will be selected and go to Europe and try to prove myself more. What I did on the pitch, I clearly show Sierra Leone get talent because that'll be a very tough game. Every single player up to date, every single player standard, and every single player passionate for showing himself. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to show himself, say it's how you play ball, and that's football about for now war. You know, like so like the game be actually tough, and I actually enjoy every single moment of it. And I don't learn a lot, and I plan for implementing my own game for improving myself. Well, inshallah, I got in power. If I get selected, I need to work on myself more. I get a lot to work on physically, mentally. You know, I will make sure that I take as hard as possible. Talk to coaches, talk to people who get experience more than me, and for advice. And I will do my best for get selected and for make Mama Salon proud when we ever get the opportunity for go Europe. Well, first of all, I'd say like really sad because of young talent at the Puel, because of the drug. The drug, not even one, different type of drug than they, and it's really sad. But I hope say like first of all, then go see God because now God gets everything, and then go be determined for change. And as for me, I pray that I no go ever go there end the day, and I go always commit myself to my football and to my God and hope for the better. My message to every single Leonean that Doom Soccer is a very legit company and a very legit agency, and we don't see today different coaches. They come, we get coaches from all over the place. We see former Leon Star coach, Amidou Karim there and all. So like a very legit, and I advise every ever player, young, old, where you get the opportunity for come and can show yourself. And if you don't also right now, you think for give up, they are big, not ever give up because before you give up, give them another try because you never know when the opportunity will come.
Now all this will get for you today. Inside with Today Show Sports Update. Mina Mohamed Kolya.
All right, so then say ignorance of the law now is no excuse. Since time immemorial or since Adam was a boy, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Not say if I be no. So, which is why we bring you things where they make you know. And one of which, certainly, and know the law. So Lord will join one of our lawyers for educate we around some of what the law says.
Because under the law, the Sexual Offences Act, bestiality and rape are crime. So if they find out say this one not guilty of the offense there, get evidence of that, you do man can go to court say no, because of them say this man don't disgrace the marriage. I once let the court scatter the marriage. Now if you want to go to court for divorce, what's that the procedure, what's that the processes? We get what we call a petition for divorce. Normally na lawyers can do it. You go to lawyer, you put all the case across. You explain to her waiting na the thing where you don't face na the marriage. Waiting na the thing where the from when I'm married, how you don't they happen. The lawyer now go look under expertise, waiting constitute desertion, cruelty, or maybe adultery. They go look for them 3 grounds in there. You go fit in your case. You put them for them 3 grounds in there. One panel. Then you file what you call petition for divorce at courts. We file the petition normally. The court can say, if you file, you put the marriage certificate and you put affidavit say, you know one day, where they do anything they all, you know one day connive with you know one day condone you and them, you know one day back you up. And this petition here, they come together consenting for them to deprive the court. Because the courts, they're not allow for them to come together, what they call no fault divorce, which make you not get tired because the court want know the full facts. The court don't want people defraud the court say at times say, okay, this one will just go pull them, I go do this thing. While una dey file na courts, una file, wetin can happen? When you file, they dey serve the other side. When are the respondents? You can be the petitioner, you dey file. This other person can be the respondent. When you file, it can get 14 days for what we call appearance. I've already discussed with that. I've already discussed the last time with my appearance. For enter appearance, instead you know I go come. If you self get case against you, maybe what you talk not true. You don't like Panam. Plenty but this petition we file. What did they do? If they ask you, if they ask a lawyer, if they put in your story, say lawyer, this one not also be what he talk so, not to be. In fact, what he talk so, it do me worst. What he pass that. So myself, I want we file. Now we put your case across. So that lawyer they go file what we call cross petition. So when you don't file your petition, this other lawyer they file cross petition. Himself, if he gets now, he will reply to that cross petition. Then I will can a court go come derive the evidence from una or two. This person they put in case across, they ask a question, they put your evidence, what they call the petitioner, the respondents they put in case across, they call in witnesses them, and what's not can be the most crucial aspects. Who say picking them day, and maybe property day, what we call matrimonial property. This aspect of matrimonial property, we will never forget 10, but let me deal with them in detail because that's still very contentious. Matrimonial property is a property where two parties then they go get, where they build together like house or any other thing, where they get during the course of the marriage. Because normally when people are married, the Bible say the two shall become one. Una don't come together, so una can put together resources, una get property then, even una get house, land or businesses. But once the marriage don't go sour, una can decide say if the court want the divorce, the court can look at the contributions of each party and decide say you need to get so percentage of them property here, you need to get so percentage. There are other aspects where maybe now one person they contributes to the development of the property then, but physically in terms of cash or other thing, there are case then they where the courts they don't decide, say, especially in the aspect of woman. Because sometimes the man they work, the woman they didn't house, they keep the house, they take care of the house, they support the workman, they cook for them. But no, they get the physical cash where they give. They iron the clothes and the money for go work, they feed the man for go work. The courts don't decide, say, then thing the way the woman they do, the courts they put financial value on them during divorce proceedings. So it can happen say even though the woman don't give physical money, na the host for develop the property then or this, the court can decide say based on the fact that this woman would be build their house here, would be develop their business here, if they run the errands then, if they cook for the workman then, if they cook for the man, where they go work for go spend the money, if they put things in place for let the home run smoothly, let the man go work and come back and then make sure say he feel at ease at home. So the court they put financial considerations, they put value on that during divorce proceedings. You can decide because of that contribution they give so percent of this property there, or they decide say this property here form part of the matrimonial property then owner gets, even though you don't physically put money there. So the courts don't do that. Several cases and where the courts don't do that. The other aspect where the courts can deal with now the picking them. We also they call custody and maintenance of picking them. Where divorce happen, would that the picking them for the two? Would that for they take care of the picking them? How they for take care of them? So normally we get what we call back, what we call alimony. So the way the proceedings they go on, especially the woman aspects, the woman can can work, but the man they work. Now when the divorce, you don't go court for divorce, it is stop for give money to the woman. So the court can give order say while this divorce they happen, you try for the give money to the woman for your upkeep till the divorce done. Maybe we will decide now whether for the EBM lump sum and all that. So that now the alimony, we call it alimony under law, alimony. But when it comes to picking them, the court can be very, very, very careful because they get for decide anything decision they can take, especially when they picking them they under 18, what they call minors. The court can decide say no, Them pikin are too small. We get for protect their interest, we get for make sure say anything they do now, they get for serve the best interest of the pikin. In that case, the court not they consider whether the mommy want only pikin, the papa want only pikin or not. The court they decide which side the pikin comfortable and what will be the best interest of the pikin. So on that basis, they can do what we call custody. And can say, okay, based on the circumstances, all we know in a court, what you don't see, the evidence you don't see, let the pikin go there to the mommy first, or let the pikin go there to the pa. So the court can grant custody to one of them. Now, if they grant custody to the mommy, say the mommy let the pikin, they can grant access to the pa. Say, okay, the pikin go there to you as a mama because like you then used to, they're not 18 years, they're small. But the papa forget access to the pikin. On that case, they can say, okay, every weekend, if I take the pikin to the papa, let them go there and go spend the weekend. Or every day, every holiday, then for take them, make them go spend time to the papa. Then access. Maintenance. And you say, okay, since you know the work kids, say the wife, you know the work kids, the papa, you know the man with the work, if you provide maintenance for the pikin, always say maintenance are the money, schooling, the thing that when the pikin they eat food, let's say food, shelter and clothing and education. So they can decide say the papa can give so amounts per month or the mama can give so amount per month depending on the circumstance, because this one not too straightforward. You don't get straight jacket something. It can decide depend on the peculiar circumstance of each case. Because we get several cases. There are times when the mommy is strong past the pa. There are times when the pa strong past the mommy, and there are also times where the papa is more comfortable with the pikin is more comfortable with the papa than comfortable with the mommy. So the court can decide to let them go there to the papa while the mama they get access in case they. There are times the court can decide say you the mama and you the papa non power no they will then pick there. It don't happen, although in rare cases. They can decide say we put the pikin award for adoption, or then go there to the third party, a foster parent, where the court they supervise, they watch, and they make quarterly reports to the courts. So in that cases, it is always possible for them take their issues and they on board. In these cases, there are also cases now they deal with divorce, but there are cases also where the people are not married. They're not married and just a day as a couple. They're not married, but they get picking them. They're not there together. In that case itself, we get a law with the governor, what we call Child Rights Act, with the governor aspect. But in this consideration, in this aspect, then the key consideration always are the best interest of the child, because we get several international law them, like the Child Rights Act, you get Article 3, you get the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, you get Article 4 of them. We talk saying any proceedings where the courts they do, we concern pikin. The best interest of the child, the best interest of that pikin, they are waiting good for that pikin. Then the court always for consider, not to waiting good for this mama or good for this papaya. Now always waiting good for the pikin. So in that case, let's say we are not married, but we are get pikin them. Then we are then a court, or maybe, but we go find time to talk about. Then papa and then mama, then where they born pikin, where they know they take care, where they just left. So maybe you get your girlfriend, you are not married, you are born pikin, you just abandon her like that. What's in the law say towards that? What's in the remedy where the law give to the person we know the picking them? For let them force you, for let take care of the picking them. I will just tell you and say, for now, law day. In fact, under the Child Rights Act, there is a criminal offense of failing to provide maintenance for a child. Like we born pikin, you not take care of her, you not provide for her, you not do nothing for her. Now criminal offense we can make them jail you. But it gets in the civil aspect back where you can take court action at court, we call it the family court. Where they go there, you ask for maintenance, what they call child support, you ask for custody, you ask for access, then did it. But most times, certain people can go for the maintenance. Maintenance, they apply, file an affidavit at the family court. That make the family courts, they the law established under the Child Rights Act is very flexible. In fact, when you go there, but then they not need lawyer. You go meet the registrar at the court, and can file your complaint there because the way involved Pekin, just like I say in divorce proceedings, any way involved Pekin, the court can tread very carefully for let them ensure say they don't jeopardize the welfare and the health and the general well-being of the Pekin.
All right, welcome back. This is Today Show. Remember, before we close, we'll bring you the stories where they make headlines. Now in newspapers, television stations, and radio stations, including the social media.
Welcome back on the studios. And this time around, we're there for Kangiun on the Headline Review. And I'm there with Rabiatu Mansari. Welcome.
It's a pleasure being here back here. I mean, on working day like this way, now holiday, we're here just for deliver the information. But let's dive directly into the matter. You know, we had a discussion about the Takugama reclaiming the sanctuary, and it's happened to be one of a sacred place in Salon.
Sure.
So on February 26th, the Ministry of Lands and Housing, Country Planning, will issue out a press release saying then go reclaim Takugama, and then go do that day until all sides they actually get them on their own.
Yeah.
So the time of the process with them, they try to ensure say them people are away don't can then at the place illegally somehow then for commodity. So we will go there where them be done the demolition and we get this report.
This demolition exercise came effectively after the Minister of Tourism put out press release earlier in February where they warned against encroachment na the Takugama Chimp Sanctuary and say defaulter them go face serious penalties. For broke them structure them here, now one party 3 other serious punishments them, will include arrest, prosecution and imprisonment. Authority them believe say, them building here, they inside the chimpanzee sanctuary them land of about 600 acres where the government be don't make publicly as national tourist assets. Inside the weekly government press conference on Tuesday, March 4, founder of the Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, Bala Amara Sikaren say, if this chimpanzee sanctuary not been done established, Watano for don't day na the Congo Dam presently.
I don't know how many people realize all these mountain communities, even all the way to SS Camp, all the way down to Hill Station, water comes from Takugama. That is your prime source. If Takugama was not established and if I didn't fight all these years for 30 years to protect that place, there won't be any water there. Right now, if you speak to Buma Valley, they will tell you they have completely damaged the Sugarloaf catchment. There is hardly any water coming into the tanks from there. The only water source you have to send it to Babaduri to treat it and send it to all these people, nearly 300,000 people depend on this water. And if not for Takugama, you would have lost both Kokodam and TAKUGAMA Dam by now. Because when I first stepped into that place, it was a charcoal pit. Everywhere there was charcoal burning. We closed over 500 active charcoal pits over 30 years. And we planted trees throughout, and we even allowed some natural regeneration over the years. That is how we managed to save that.
As the education on how these encroachments don't affect the chimpanzee them home, they continue, the Executive Director of the National Protected Area Authority, NPPA, say any country will not able to protect in biodiversity and other related resources na country where they far from developments.
The Western Area Peninsula are one of those 15 protected areas, or in other words, one of those 8 terrestrial ecosystems in the country, where they under the purview, under the supervision and management of the National Protected Area Authority. From then, any country not able to protect in biodiversity and associated cultural resources and manage them in a more sustainable way, that country will grow. This thing, I don't talk not to new thing. anytime we are get interviews, anytime we are get opportunity for talk, I dey tell my fellow Slovenians and say, we need for manage the biodiversity well. For we begin them, and the one that we then get for Cambon. We get for pass on, or something they will for left for we will begin them. If we don't do that one day, we'll begin and we'll blame you tomorrow.
Already, government we don't say anybody will get legal claim of ownership of land in the area for go through verification at the Ministry of Lands. But according to the government, this reclamation process they continue until Takugama gets back in exact land space. Mohammed Bake Kamara, Slick TV, Freetown.
That was it from Takugama there. Away from Dande, I mean, yesterday was Eid Day, and we saw the first family actually praying at State Lodge with some key members or key figures them na the political scene of the country. You get Alhaji Samuel Samsumana, you get Honorable Kande Kole Yunkela, and so many faces. But I mean, people don't go to ask the question or give a flashback. Other than people we don't be. You know, let's start off with Samsumana. I mean, we all, as in, he was the former vice president under the Anes Baiko Omar regime, not until he was sacked. He was sacked in 2015, actually, as a result of some, you know, anti-party activities.
With them, they will get the best way they will
analyze with them because it cut across so many things there. But after that, they get a life after that. You see, when we came inside the 2020 elections, it decided for form a own political party. When at the C4C coalition for change, where I don't know what he wanted to change at that time. But then later, inside the same year, it also gets 6 seats them inside the Well of Parliament. But over the years, Samsumana, it came again, not too long ago, inside 2022, into the first party, where we don't left. He said, okay, we'll come back to Komot. He came into the APC inside 2022. And however, there are so much where they go around, so much claims, say, as it stands, based on the new party constitution, he's not eligible for stand for any leadership position right now. You're not qualified, that's what it means, say, for stand for any
whether for flag bearer.
But the question is, even then constitution gets a question mark because that Mohamed Pope Kamara been actually talking in with sister program here on Epic. But he gets a question mark. If we get a new constitution inside 2022, one go just ask the question. So is it that all other people even though they're still there into the party, new changes get for day? Because if not, they say you get for take 5 years more according to our constitution for eligible for particular position. So what of the other people who are into the APC since the new political party they don't get? Is it that even Samuel Kamara qualify again for stand for presidential position happen being the fact say they don't discard that enforced constitution we didn't get and they work with another one now?
Yes, and if you don't say only the new members them way the All People's Congress Party they get as of now we come inside the new constitution they will follow suit with within the prescription of this new constitution as well.
Yes. So when you talk about the APC, we get another person we be also there with them, we pray with the winner, Honorable Alpha Khan. You know, the powerful more. So instead of getting on, you know, you team, but however, I be stand for a bit so many different positions. It became so many different positions inside the previous political party. And as today as now, he's the presidential talk man.
Spokesperson
for the current administration.
And one thing, Gabi, you go on for agree with me. Say Alpha Kanu. Before say now one of the strong people inside the APC party, and even here and Anes Baiko, man, they get some kind of a strong relationship inside the APC party.
You know, in question mark also come about the Bintumani 3 conference where they've been get inside 2019, where it happened for be one of the strongest APC members then where they go. But you go ask again the question, now peace talk then go for. Maybe he wanted peace at that time, but I'm sure where it go yonder and all of a sudden you don't get a political appointment. One go say he's gradually becoming an ally of the new administration or the current administration. So amongst the other people in back where themselves been there, that the fact say Kande Kole Yunkela, KKY, they also did this. So a man hail from Cambia district. I mean, I be former under Secretary General for the UN, under the energy sector.
Yes.
It became back inside 2013.
13, yeah, sure.
We say, okay, this time LACAM
can fully participate inside the
politics.
Yes.
So we first doing KKY movement.
Yes.
Then go from the National Grand Coalition, NGC, where they get that rainbow color.
Exactly.
So in that party, they actually get other people that they big joiner, like in their engineer Handu Kelly, the likes of Ajay Kaba, former President Kaba in WEF. I mean, so rest in peace. So Yunkela, however, instead of they say we can to the energy sector, it don't get one or two positions. It kind of gets question mark. But when it from before coming to that, actually, where from this NGC, we actually get a seat inside Parliament in 2018 because it stands for both presidential and parliamentary. But we lost the presidential one and
get it parliamentary.
But one thing again, Bake, where people like say, Salon, we get fine laws. The constitution here is saying where you fail or where you lost a seat in a parliament, you know, fit.
Forget any
ministerial position. So, however, Yunkela being somebody where they work in the energy sector, not being with all in vast knowledge about energy, yet he's still not the minister of energy. It's like now the constitution actually they cut across all of those things. But is it that he's directly the minister of energy?
Well, you don't get the authority for
no, however, the most important part is we forget light.
Yeah, we forget light. That's it. So
you get so many other figures then where they actually join the president. But I think these three people get more spotlight because it's like two people from the other political party and one will become boycott and forming another party. One will say they possibly the president in successor there for the next election that is coming. However, we are still waiting for their convention and the likes. We still get so much more for unfold, but one goes against alone with religious tolerance. We camp religious business, all they can together.
Of course, better you mention that one. You can watch the pictures them. You see the first gentleman and the country
happened being a Christian for that matter.
But you join the Muslims as well. Just imagine.
So, anyways, that's all I have for you, Bake, for a headline review.
Thank you very much. So, one for taking back, TAKUGAMA, Lodro and Patrick Salia.
So, it has been an amazing excursion and an amazing exploration at this TAKUGAMA or Takuyama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, the home of the national animal of Salon, here on this special episode of the Today Show. So, thank you very much for your company. Thank you very much to the amazing team, Naya. Thank you to the production team for making this possible. So, Abbas and Cherno, I've been my camera operators. Thank to my producer, Geneva Samura, and the driver, Fode. Mina Patrick Salia. Until we meet next time for another edition, don't touch the dial to Slick TV on channel 37, on Facebook page Slick TV, or website slicktv.com. Goodbye and have a great and safe day. And the remaining part of the week, stay out of trouble. Goodbye for now.
Hello?